so much, Ben. It's almost 5 to 7. Well, Todd and Kim Churchill took on the English school district over what they saw as a lack of resources available for their son Carter, who is deaf and speaks American Sign Language. A lengthy formal human rights hearing took place. It's now concluded, and the ruling has come forward and has been revealed to the Churchill family. It's found that the Newfoundland and Labrador English School District discriminated against Carter, their son. His father, Todd, joins me now. Good morning, Todd.
Good morning, Gerri Lynn.
Tell me what it means to you to have this ruling, to find that you were correct in pursuing this.
It's vindication, really. It's something we always knew, that there was discrimination. We knew we could prove it. We had a very strong case. And quite frankly, we feel that the only reason this ever went to a hearing is we felt that the district thought if they wore us down and they financially bankrupted us, we'd give up. And we really do think that was their strategy. That was their only card they could play. And when we called their bluff and we actually went through with the hearing, they were in a bit of a bind because a lot of really, really bad testimony came out, and it was shocking to a lot of people. So, you know, it's very rewarding and satisfying now to know that the adjudicator has ruled that all 4 years that Carter was at Beach Cove Elementary, he was discriminated against, and have that formal finding that will survive in perpetuity. So people can Google it, find it, and it can be used as a precedent for other deaf children.
What will it mean for Carter now moving forward, and for your family, Todd?
Well, for one, we can finally start to be a family again, because this has consumed so much of our life. Like last summer, we had the best summer ever, weather-wise. My wife and I, we saw none of it. We were in front of computers the entire summer, prepping for the hearing and getting ready for the hearing. And now we can finally start to get on with our life. And for Carter, hopefully the government will finally, and Andrew Furey government will finally take accountability and will finally acknowledge, yes, we discriminated. We will do better. I mean, one of the things people don't know is that Andrew Furey, when he was candidate Furey in July of 2020, was actually on my deck, on my lawn chair. And we told him personally of all the issues. So the Premier knows the issues because we told him personally what they were. So our expectation is now that there will be some accountability. The government loves to use the word accountable. Well, now is a good time to demonstrate that to the people of this province.
And, of course, you've shown your concern for your son's education. Do you feel now moving forward he will get the resources that he needs, to thrive?
I think it'll still be a struggle because, like at East Point now, I mean, ASL proficiency of teachers is still an issue, quite frankly. Like, he only still has one teacher that has a signing ability, even now. In this province, the district does not test the proficiency of teachers. So, a person can work with a deaf child and have no proven fluency in the language. I mean, these are the types of things we're expecting the government now to finally take accountability on.
Do you worry that, it won't add up to big change for not only Carter, but for the deaf community?
Well, I think for the deaf community, it's really big because it really speaks volumes that the adjudicator made the decision to reinforce that ASL is important. ASL is a language. ASL is on the same level as English, as any other world-recognized language. So that was really important, and we really hope systemically within the deaf community it's really going to make positive change.
Todd, what is your next move now, moving, away from the hearing and the ruling? How do you begin to pick up the pieces?
Well, for Carter, we will be lifetime advocates for him. The advocacy will never end for Carter. As long as there's a breath in myself and Kim, we will advocate strongly for Carter. We feel we will always have to fulfill that role. But, now that the formal decision has come down, and we hope that the government will take accountability, we're hoping that we can finally have a regular life or some semblance of a regular life as a family again.
Yeah, I know that you've spoken with me in the past about the financial burden of all this. Will that be lifted in some ways moving on?
Yeah, absolutely. In total, we spent $93,000 in legal fees. We received the last of our legal invoices just before Christmas. It was $31,000. So one of the things in the decision was the adjudicator decided or made the decision that we would be reimbursed $50,000 of those legal expenses because of how egregious the violations of Carter's human rights were. So it'll go a long way because, I want to be clear with people. Like, we didn't have $93,000 in a mattress to do this. We went into debt for this. And I really think the district thought no parent would ever do it. No parent would ever put themselves so deeply into debt to fight for their child, and we really shocked them. So, we'll be less in debt, I guess is the answer. And, the award of the $95,000, I want to be clear with people, that's not some sort of lottery win for Todd and Kim Churchill. I mean, that is Carter's money. As the adjudicator rightly pointed out, these problems and effects of the discrimination will carry on into Carter's adulthood. So we will be investing that money for Carter's future because we don't know what his needs are going to be. So I want to be clear with people. This is not some sort of lottery win for us. That award was for Carter, and it will be in trust for Carter.
Todd, it's not a time to congratulate you or your family because this news is just justice. But I will say I'm glad that you'll be able to move forward now and put it past you.
Yeah, absolutely. Because for 6 years, this thing has been in our minds all the time. Like you couldn't turn it off. You couldn't have peace of mind. It was always never far from your mind. So at least now we have hopefully some semblance of peace.
Well put, and thank you again for joining us. We'll chat again soon, I'm sure.
Okay, thank you, Gerri Lynn.
Thank you. That is Todd Churchill. He and his wife, Kim, took on the Newfoundland and Labrador English School District because they felt there was a lack of resources for their son, Carter, who is deaf and speaks American Sign Language. The ruling has come down from a lengthy inquiry. The Human Rights Commission adjudicator has found that the district discriminated. Right now, it's just past 7. Time for your VOCM news.
This is the VOCM